that one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. The second shot now to the par 4. Keimer cemented his legend all across Europe when he made the clinching putt at the Ryder Cup in 2012 outside of Chicago, capping off that huge comeback for the Europeans.
And it also started a resurgence in his game. We saw the best of Martin Keimer once again in 2014 with the Players' Championship and a US Open.
Not quite where he was aiming, but still enough room to get it up and down. Frank, you've been in this position. The hole hasn't gone the way you've wanted. What do you do?
Well, we'd all like to make birdies and eagles, but that's not the name of the game. We've seen that. It's minimizing your mistakes. So right now is a perfect opportunity to try and minimize the mistakes. Get away with a bogey here. That's something to be proud of.
Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Here's the 2014 US Open champion eyeing this one for par. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
Locked in on the read and the speed. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Must make this for a double bogey. At +2 already. That is disappointing. She just hit it a bit too long.
Well, we forget really how well ladies swing the club at times too. They have the same problems that men do. You hit it too well, it's not going to stop.
Frank, I think what sets golf apart from other sports is that the fan can get so close to the great athlete as the round is being played.
Yeah, well, that's why the sport itself, and we consider it more intimate for that reason. Most golf spectators play the game. Whereas other sports, you don't see NFL players sitting in the grandstand. You see spectators, but most golf fans are golfers.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Good looking shot right here. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Pretty good effort right there. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Martin Keimer trying to get out of here, surrendering only one shot. So, 2 over early. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. 2 over for the day. Frank, now on to the third. It's a par 5, and this is a diabolical, even a dangerous hole.
They call it Captain Hook, even though the hole does bend to the right. You've got to hug the coastline down the left. But there is a secret passage.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
That's in the fairway.
That's fine.
Second from an excellent lie. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one has a chance to be close. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Keimer trying to put that free-flowing putting stroke to good use as this for birdie. +1 in the early going. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Well, Frank, as if this tee shot wasn't hard enough, look what's in the distance just to throw a little scare into the player.
Devil's Cauldron. Yeah, that's the volcano in the distance, but it's also a good line there, Rich. This is a really narrow fairway that's anything other than straight. So your tee shot, you really have to imagine where that ball's going to land. Which part of the fairway is it going to land on?
You really need to be on your game here at Treasure Island.
What a great shot.
It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
See if he can clip this one perfectly, drive it in there from about 120 yards.
Well, from in trouble, Rich, at least he's back in play.
Yeah, on the fairway from the rough. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Nice putt, and now back to level par. So, 2 over par for the round. Well, Frank, this hole really the Pirates at their very best in terms of design. I love what they did here.
Well, it's one hole you don't want to scull your tee shot. A little memento down there on the right side, that enormous skull that sits up on the hill. Very short par 4, nearly reachable for the long hitters, but Rich, I got to hand it to the architects here. Some marvelous architectural features here. The shape of the green, for example, is, well, I would say skull and crossbones. But I know you've done your pirate research. What do they normally call?
They call this the Jolly Roger.
But also the bunkers. Now, these aren't just normal bunkers. These are man-made.
Well, remember, the Pirates were out here. They're not trying to shoot par. They're out here looking for some gold. They were trying to dig up some gold, and that's what they left behind is those bunkers. Normally you see bunkers look so nice. They're well raked and manicured. Not here. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
About 80 yards left, Frank.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Just a pure strike and a perfect result. He'll have a good look at birdie now. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
And getting ready for the putt. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So into red figures at 1 under. 6th hole now at Treasure Island, Frank. This is a severe downhill par 4.
A series of tee boxes here to play, but you're right, Rich. Just sort of tee it up there, let that ball float a little further because of the downhill. Tee shot wants to be left of that huge needle rock to the player's right. And from there, once again, you're not going to have a long second shot to a green that is very, very kind.
You are going to have some really good views from up here. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Hey, Frank, I heard you had a talking parrot as a caddy out here. I know he kept saying, bad shot, bad shot.
He did. Oh, I liked that.
Getting set for another approach. Our featured golfer really looks dialed in at this point.
Yeah, right now, this is a great feeling to have as a golfer. Your swing's good, the timing, it's almost like it's just completely natural. You don't have to think. The swing is exactly where you want it to be. So really, you're just looking at the flag in front of you.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Excellent shot to within 10 feet. Second shot now for Martin Keimer. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Settles in over the putt. Just like that, now at 2 under. Putt drops. Now at 1 over par. Here's the second par 5 on the front 9. It's the 7th. Frank, what's the strategy here? What a hole.
I think when you stand on this tee, you really have to accept the fact that it's going to take you 3 shots to get here, no matter how good you are. Not really worth the go, because you'd have to hit some sort of monumental second shot that got up very, very quickly. And chances are you won't get a flat lie on this fairway. It is anything other than straight and anything other than level.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
180 yards away, ready to play the second shot. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Third shot, Martin Keimer.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Locked in on the read and the speed. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Just a couple of feet. That's 2 under par, playing well. Frank, that looks like a landing strip down there, doesn't it?
It does. It looks like a cross as well, but really we know, because we're on Treasure Island, it's an X, and it marks the spot of the 8th green, the par 3. You won't get gold, you won't get silver, but you might. You might just make a birdie.
Wonder what's under that green.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Well, how do you like that? He's holding. Just a phenomenal play right there.
I mean, this skill and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Well, partner, this is a straightforward hole. Got some trouble on the left and a mermaid on the right.
Oh, mermaid's good luck. We're going to need some good luck here. Keep a little left of the mermaid, down that left side. And you see the 2 masts in the distance? Yeah, that's a pirate ship. So the left mast, left side of the green, right mast, right side of the
I
green.
don't see any pirate ship. I can't take my eyes off the mermaid. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This one has a chance to be close. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
This is a good-looking shot. Only thing that one was missing was the postage stamp, Frank.
Oh, look at that, airmailed that green. I mean, what a bad decision.
Pretty long putt right here. You'd be happy to get it to within 2-3 feet. Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. On the way. And he has it, Frank.
I don't believe it.
Here's Martin Keimer for par. Still even par for the day. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo getting set to play the back nine here at Treasure Island. Frank, looks as though you're not only going to need your clubs, you might need a map.
You certainly will, Rich. We're heading into Buccaneers Bay here, and we'll be teeing off the pirate ship on the 10th hole. A sliver of fairway down the left side in amongst the rocks there. Stay on the green grass. Don't get shipwrecked.
Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. This is the second shot at the par 4. Frank, really no problem. High-level players don't mind a fairway bunker.
Yeah, good clean lie. Just a nice swing there, guaranteed a clean contact. The lip shouldn't be a problem. Still fly that ball all the way to the green.
Well, Frank, these winds have not at all subsided. Still a challenge.
Yeah, but the same for everybody, and that's where you've just got to adjust your own mental par. Golf course was going to be difficult when you teed off, and it's certainly no different now.
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Yeah, good shot. Just really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green, and instead opted for fairway.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Solid par. So with that, 1 over par. Frank, you and I have done commentary in golf all over the world. Have you ever seen a par 5 anything like this one?
No, I haven't, Rich, and I don't think I ever will again either. Treasure Island, there's only one of them, that's for sure, and there's only one hole like the 11th there. 5 different fairways to choose from.
5?
5, and it depends on your level of ability and how bold you are. Not a little bit of fairway up there, well, if you can't reach this par 5 and 2. But if you're really, really game, you go down the thinnest, longest right side, and you can and will reach the par 5 and 2.
Excellent looking shot here. Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be.
Second shot.
Second from an excellent lie. Oh man, not a good shot at all.
It was wicked.
Oh, I thought he had that. And he makes it for a bogey here. And with that, 1 under par. Frank, this is why gamers love Treasure Island, because of the challenge, because of holes like this.
There's always choices to be made. The biggest fairway, do you go for that? Do you go for the longest fairway? Do you go for the shortest fairway? All those choices, those fairways, they're just a little bit bigger than the size of a green. Once you find a fairway, there it is in the distance. That's the pot of gold.
Or do you drop your clubs and go to the beach and call it a day? I mean, this is some tough work out here. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Frank, I hate to go negative, but let's clear a few things up. The penalties when you hit it in the water versus hitting it out of bounds.
Yeah, some people, that's a good question, Rich, because some people think they're almost the same, but when you hit it out of bounds, you're actually losing a stroke and a distance. For example, if I'm teeing off on a par 4 and I hit it out of bounds, I'm penalised a stroke for hitting it out of bounds, and I'm hitting my third shot off the tee. When I hit it into a water hazard, I don't have to lose all of that distance. I can drop the ball up just short of the water hazard. So the distance penalty isn't the same as if it was out of bounds.
So the previous shot into the drink, this now the fourth shot. And he went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. Oh, do that in the hole. Tremendous shot. So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet. That was terrible.
So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, this is an amazing hole. The par 5 13. First chance eventually to get to Volcano Island, but also a chance to make a huge number here. So much trouble.
Well, you can see why, too. There's trouble all over the place here, Rich. Fairway really is down the right side. And then it depends on how far you hit that tee shot. For the multiple of choices with the second, do you go all the way down there? Do you even try and reach the par 5 and 2? Or do you skip across to the other side on the left? And then faced with a lengthy third shot. All those decisions abound on this par 5, just under 600 yards. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. NASA, we have a splashdown. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5. Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Just misses. Still playing even for the day after the par. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Frank, the thing about Treasure Island is at any point a player could stop and consider just where they are. And if they're not where they need to be mentally, they could really be thrown off their game. And you're right at the base of a volcano here.
Well, it's a chance for your round to heat up, too.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Let's see what Martin Keimer does with this approach shot. Good chance at one. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. No way! He holed it, Frank.
Great pitch shot.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Drops it, and he's at even par. Frank, we say it so often in golf, it's a grind. This is a grind with a capital G.
Certainly is. Up, and away as we start our climb up the hill. Par 3's not overly long, but it's going to play much longer than its real yardage because we're going up, straight up that volcano. So you better flight that tee shot properly.
Hide the flagstick from that man. So a tester from 4 feet. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under.
Even par currently.
And now at 1 under for the round. Partner, what do we have here at the par 4/16th?
They call it devil's elbow, and I guess that's because it looks like an elbow and it goes to the right. But there's no funny bone. Look, it's been taken away, so there's no laugh if you go left or find that ravine. Difficult par 4, really, because you have to be precise there, and that green cut quite a way into the side of that, well, Rich, it's a volcano, and it's starting to heat up.
Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Martin Keimer, 2014 U.S. Open champion, has this one for par.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey, just a couple of feet. Good putt and a good move, now to 4 under. Now to the par 4 17th, 366 yards from the back tee here to the middle of the green. Not much room for error here, Frank.
Yeah, it mightn't be long, but the price you pay if you're offline, especially to the right, you pay with your life.
Well, this is a humbling game, isn't it, Frank?
Well, shots like that, not to be proud of.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. This is a good-looking shot. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Getting set now over the putt. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. Martin Kaymer must make this for bogey. Putt drops, now at 1 over par. With that, moves to 5 under par. Standing on top of the world here at the 18th Frank at Treasure Island, tee box situated right at the lip of, just a volcano, that's all. How do you survive this hole, Frank?
Well, you've certainly lost all thoughts and memories of Buccaneers Bay, because this is it. This is the finale, and what a way it is to finish. Flash your tee shot, hopefully up high in the sky. Carry the lava, the hot, boiling, molten lava that is. Find the green safely, putt out, and that's it. You're finished. Treasure Island.
Still some work to do here at the par 3, Frank.
Yeah, you'd think there with the size of that green, this green would be an easy one to hit, but that's irrelevant now. Let's see if he can get it up and down.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. And from the rough, he manages to not only make the green, but get within easy striking distance of the hole. Has this to save par. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Settles in over the putt. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
So finishes the day with a 74. Four under on the day. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round, not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf that you would hold up against anybody right now.